Hello, my name's Wimpy, welcome to my world and welcome back to this stream in which we're working on a utility to turn Ubuntu Server for the Raspberry Pi into a desktop operating system for the Raspberry Pi. We started on this yesterday and this stream is the continuation of that. So quick hello to everyone in the chat. Oh, let's try the chat, there we go. Got that working this time. So, hello Dan, hello Big Pod. Oh, hello Big Pod. I remember you from Biddle. Hello Bacon Drinker. And who else we got? Jizz, Ayaz, is that how we pronounce that? And Ferren and hello. Hello Poron, haven't seen you around for a while. And Andy Hazen as well. Thank you all for joining. Right, so last night we started to scaffold up a script that that did this transformation, and if we pull the project down here, we've also fixed the weird issues we had yesterday with the Windows not responding at the right speed. So here's the project. You can find it on GitHub, and I put out a call to action. It was kind of cool that another project I did with live streaming, in fact I've seen several where people have followed up on code contributions as a result of these streams, so I thought we'd start the way we mean to go on. We'd encourage that from the outset. And we have 2 pull requests already for this very young project, so we're going to go through those and get those merged. So if I just arrange some things, we're going to start with this one here that Jeffrey Bouter provided. He's an Ubuntu community contributor. His most recent claim to fame is fixing a non-booting system for Mark Shuttleworth during the final stages of the Focal Fossa release, which was pretty impressive. And hello Eric, welcome to the stream. So I've already cheated slightly here in that I've done a code review on Jeffrey's stuff. I had a look through it, and he was working on this without using a Raspberry Pi. He used his own machine and prototyped out how to add support for all of the flavors and some help. And he took the system that I'd used in QuickEmu, the script that does the virtualization really quickly, and he's added the same mechanism to pass command line options. So I had a look through this and it all looks good to me. And there he is, he's saying he's glad to see that that's done. And because he was working on this iteratively, it's a lot of small commits that removes some code, then adds it back, or comments things out and uncomments it. So instead of taking all of those as discrete changes, what we'll do is when we merge this one, we'll squash. So that will turn all of these 6 commits into a single commit into the project, because it will look cleaner that way. We'll keep the whole history though. There we go. So now we go and look at the project. We should see there's one additional one commit now where we can see everything that that Jeffrey changed. So we're looking good there. So as you can see here, we've got support to pass the DE flag in, and then that will you can choose then which desktop flavor you want to use. So that's that one, and we've got another one here which is from Gary. Gary's in and around the Ubuntu and Linux community. You'll see it around JBM. In fact, I've met him at Boss Talk Live in London, and then curiously I've also bumped into him at Linux Fest Northwest in Seattle. So he's provided one here, which I was talking last night about how the network backend wasn't hooked up with the network manager, which is what we use in the desktop. It was still using NetPlan. So he's provided a pull request to add that. So let's have a look at what he's doing here. So he's moving the cloud init configuration to a backup file and then providing a new Right, I don't think that's going to work. So what we'll do is we'll switch to the overhead. Hopefully this still works. Hello. Right then, so here's the Raspberry Pi. It's not powered on at the moment, so this was as it was yesterday. So we'll just jam some power in there, get that started up. And then if we switch here, there we go, we can actually see that booting up. Okay, so what I want to do is I just want to check what Gary's added there, make sure that's the right thing. So whilst we just wait for that Raspberry Pi to come up. So hello Troy, hello again Monica, good to see you there. Monica's one of the Ubuntu Mate contributors. Hello John, and people discussing whether we'll get back to events again or not. And hello Jonathan. Jonathan helped spot a syntax error in my script last night. So right, let's get back to here we go. So the desktop's booted up. Oh, I need this keyboard and mouse from over here. So I've got this crazy setup. Let's just look here. I've got this crazy setup where I am using that's 2 mice, one for the main machine, one for the Raspberry Pi. Let's turn this keyboard on, and then let's go back here. So hopefully now if I use the second mouse, I can come in there. I can log in. There we go. So this is as we left it yesterday. At least I hope it's going to work. There, it's still working. And the issue that Gary's pull request is trying to solve is this one where, oops, message, where it says device is not managed. So that's what Gary's PR is trying to resolve. And what I'm interested to see is if I look, see net plan. There's the cloud init configuration. That may be a bit on the small side, so let's. I'm using the wrong mouse already. It's gonna be hard. Right, hopefully that's a bit more visible on the screen. So this configuration is actually saying that the cloud init configuration is persistent. So simply what Gary's change does is move the file to one side, and I think that's going to come back. So I don't think Gary's fix is going to work. So I think what we'll need to do is put this config file down. It suggests here to disable cloud init and then do something like what Gary's suggesting, which is write a configuration in that tells Netplan you shouldn't manage anything, let Network Manager do it. So we need to disable cloud init and then tell Netplan to not get in the way and let Network Manager do its thing. So where would we do that? Probably back here. Let's get a code editor, look around where it is, that start on screen, there we go. Oh, in fact, I've got the project. Let's do that. Oh, and we'll need to just pull in the changes that... Oh, I have unstaged changes, apparently. Oh, right. So let's just get that committed. Gosh, I wonder how many commits there are that say Right, so that's good, and push my change up. And let's have a look what we've got here then. So this net plan stuff we probably want to do down here somewhere for the moment. Let's just have a quick look at the let's chat again. Let's see if there's anything new. Hi Henrik, welcome to the stream. I do really appreciate piling in here and coming and joining this craziness. It's rather lovely. So Andy Hazen is asking a very good question. Andy's saying, do you use something like shell check to check your bash scripts? I do. I'm in the habit of running that manually at the moment, but I tell you what, if somebody wants to submit a CI task to this project that runs pull requests through shell check, that would be quite good. And maybe what I'll do in another stream is actually go through what shell check is and why you might find it useful. Hello Philip, thanks very much for joining. Yeah, I thought I'd do one that's more European centric, so that, you know, they tend to be quite late because I tend to do most of my coding late at night, so it's good for the US but not so good for the Europeans. So I thought I'd do one at a more Euro friendly time. I'm probably going to do another one later tonight as well, again working on, because I want to try and bump through some bits and pieces quickly as I can. Right then, so let's go back to, I'm glad people, it's a bit of silly, but whilst they're fun and useful, I'm going to continue doing them. So what we need to do then is, I've got that terminal open over here. Active S. So we need to, this dual keyboard arrangement is horribly confusing. So we need to do that, and then we need to configure netplan. So let's think about that. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll use a here doc. It was netplan. In fact, I could look on this machine. Ah, perfect. Ah, how handy is that? That's exactly what I need, I think. Brilliant. So that'll be the content, so we can actually mimic this exactly as it's done in Distro. Want everything to be verbatim, don't we? So that's probably good enough. So that is a here doc that will stand up that file and now, whilst we're doing, so I think that's all correct, because that's obviously been taken from a running system. We want to put all of this stuff after here. And let's see, Jeffrey added some nice little little prompts. So let's just do that, which is something like. So that's what that's doing. And there's another thing that happens in the network manager stuff, which we want. I mentioned it's in this README, which is prevent low power Wi-Fi. So we want to, by default, in the the regular desktop version, we enable power management for Wi-Fi, and that really cripples the performance of the Raspberry Pi wireless interface. Tablet's telling me things. So we'll disable that power management mode, which is somewhere hiding in network manager confd. There it is, default Wi-Fi power save on. So this rather cryptic entry here, so I think we'll do another one of these. That's what this is going to do, and we'll take another here docs. Grab that, paste that in, and yeah. Now, this is something I do on all my machines, including my laptops. Do I want to overwrite this? No, I don't. That's a silly idea. What I want to do is modify it. So and to disable power saving, it's state 2. Let's just have a quick look in chat, catch up on that stuff. So yeah, well, whoever's up for submitting pull requests to improve this project, by all means. The shell check one's a good one. I like that idea. Welcome, Lee, and and Alex. Hello. So Alex is asking, will there be a version for the Pinebook Pro? Well, I don't know that I need to go to the lengths of making an official Ubuntu Mate for the Pinebook Pro, because the Pine community are already taking care of that. Now, that isn't something that I've tested recently, but I do have a Pinebook Pro on that shelf over there. So maybe that's something I'll take a look at before too long. Right then, so let's just go back to here. We're working on this, so we want to change the power saving. So what we should probably do is just wrap this in a little bit of sanity checking, just to make sure that if that file exists, do the thing rather than just blindly trying to do it. So that disables the wireless power saving. How sensible is that looking? I think. Just catching up on the chat. I'm looking down here. Right, I probably should do the whole YouTubery thing, right? So please subscribe to the channel. That really helps. There are additional features in YouTube for people wanting to stream or create videos that don't get turned on until you hit particular thresholds. So please do subscribe. Please do thumbs up. I know there's a couple of dickheads that like to pop in here. Well, any YouTube video that mentions Ubuntu and give it a thumbs down. They've probably already been and visited. But, you know, try and counteract them with some thumbs up. That helps as well. Could keep the ratio to thumbs up to thumbs down as high as possible. And you have to mash that little bell and choose all. And that will tell you when these live streams are coming. So if you join those live streams, it'll if you subscribe and hit the bell, it will tell you when I'm about to stream. And follow me on Twitter, just there, and that I'll also announce the streams there as well. Anyway, I think we've got something here that should work. So let's use the right keyboard. The IP address of my Raspberry Pi changed overnight, I believe. Let's just copy that script in place. This is the wrong password, of course. Right, good. So now let's just go to where the Pi is. Here it is. So we'll run our script from Jeffrey. We'll run it as though we don't know how to use it. So here we go. Oh, you need to be root. Look at that. He's got a nice little status there. So now I'm going to do this and it should error out. Ah, new error because I haven't told it what I want. So let's do -de Ubuntu Mate. So anyone else who's interested in testing this script and Ubuntu Mate is not your jam, then you should be able to use this to install any of the other flavors. I'm making some wild assumptions about the other flavors all using Network Manager. I think they do. So this shouldn't actually do anything. It should just say, oh, right, okay, well it's apparently configured the network. So let's see Network Manager. That should say 2. It does. Excellent. Net plan. So that's the config there. And where else did we have to put that? Was cloud config. Cloud CFG D. What did we disable? Okay, let's cut that file out. That all looks like it's in the right place. So let's give let's use the right mouse. this is just mental. I've lost my mouse. Let's restart and see if all of that applies. If it works, then Network Manager should be in charge of all the networking stuff. That'd be nice. Right. I'm just having a little look at the chat whilst there's you're all talking amongst yourselves. Very nice for an afternoon. I'm gonna allow it, Dan. I don't know what the context is, but I'm sure this is fine. Right. Okay. Is there anything going to appear here that's starting Network Manager? That's encouraging. Right then. No, that's the wrong password. Let's start this. So we should see that Network Manager has an icon for Ethernet, because I've got the Pi plugged into Ethernet. And it does. Awesome. So now, oh, it's called it NetPlan ETH. Okay. Maybe, I don't know why, but it is actually managed by... Well, that's correct. It is actually managed by the right thing. So, I should therefore be able to disconnect and then connect to the Wi-Fi. And that should work. And that's sort of the proof that Network Manager is in fact in charge of things. Connection established. So let's just ping. Brilliant. That looks like it's working. So that is rather funky. I'm quite pleased with that. Leave the Wi-Fi for the moment. Let's unplug the Ethernet entirely. One less cable to worry about. Angle that down there. Right, okay. What have we got then? That, I think, is pretty good. So I think what we'll do is... So we'll commit that. We'll push that up. And let's just advise you go back to the project here. So we should have commit for that. We'll do oh crikey, there's additional there's another pull request turned up. Thank you, Diddle Dan. I'll go and look at that in just a moment, and then I'll reply here and say, well, so we'll just let Gary know what's going on here. Go. So I'm just going to close that pull request to explain why that one didn't get merged, but you know why we've done it slightly differently. So it turns out there was another pull request from Dan, who's in the chat at the moment. What on earth can this be? Update readme. Let's have a look. What have we got here? Didn't I already push that change? Thought that was the change I pushed at the start of the stream. Yes, it is. This. Right then. Okay, that's the backlog. So let's have a look here. Co-authored or co-contributed by. Okay, I've never used that before. More information welcome. So let's think now, what else could we do here that I know what we could do? We could I wanted to add a few more guardrails around the script. So let's up here we've got a few bits where we evaluate whether we're running on Ubuntu and what have you. So it says here, you know, is it a Raspberry Pi? Is it Ubuntu? I wanted to put another one in like this because actually I'm going to move this keyboard to one side. Well, I'm not. Right. Check if we're Ubuntu, and we'll also do check if we're running 2004. So to do that, we want to do an is code name is C, I believe. So code name. So if code name is not equal to vocal, and that's because I don't want to go back and figure out, you know, does this work on 1804, and if it does, and you know what, I just want to keep it nice and simple. So we'll add that check in there as well, and let's just deliberately, oh, that's fine, let's just SCP that. It's not the IP address. Okay, because I've changed it to Wi-Fi. So here's a nice trick. You can do sudo net discover. This is a great utility. It'll scan your networks and it will tell you the IP addresses and the manufacturer for the devices. So here it is. It's 2.120. My Raspberry Pi now. That's going to complain. Oh no, it's not. Because it had that address last night as well. So that's that copied over. So if we now go back to Raspberry Pi, bring the keyboard in. If we just edit that script, we can deliberately create a failure condition by oh, needs to be root. Root Martin. There we go. This script is only intended to run on 2004. That's correct. So if I now remove that string that forces the error condition, then we can now run this DE Mate. Let's try and spell, shall we? Right, and that's nice. So we've now got some additional guardrails there to make sure that this is this is actually a 2004 system, so that means we can maintain some consistency there. Let's just take a little look at what is going on in chat. So, Michael, welcome to the stream. My pleasure. I'm going to share a little bit longer of my Sunday afternoon with you. And then I'll end this stream. I'll go and cook for the family. And after that, I'll be back and I'm going to be working on this again this evening, doing some bits and pieces. Blue Freaker, welcome. Glad you're enjoying these. Welcome back to the stream. Okay, I'm not sure about the native notifications exactly. And I'm being asked by Bacon Drinker, what's for dinner tonight? Well, I am going to be making chicken curry for everyone. So let's just go back to so that's run to completion, and that therefore is working just fine. So we'll add that pic. Move this keyboard to one side again. That's the best idea. Right. And I think we'll do something similar where let's get the host architecture. So you can use this utility, DPPG architecture -L, which will tell you all of the parameters that you can pull out of this. And the one I want is this. So I want to query for that, what is my host architecture. Obviously I'm running this on my actual workstation, so that's going to be AMD 64. But if we go to the Pi, which is running a 32-bit ARM build at the moment, we're on 120 at the moment, aren't we? And do this -Q, what was it? Dev host arc. That should give me ARM HF. There we go. And if it was running a 64, it would be ARM 64. So let's just do if host arc is not equal to ARMHF, and is not equal to ARMS, or and then that bit of code will actually drag up, because we had a little bit that went and grabbed here. So we'll do this check before that one. Make sure, typo. So there's our host architecture. If it's not ARMHF or ARM64, which are the two supported architectures for the Pi, then it will bomb out. We then go and check that it is in fact a Raspberry Pi. So I think what we'll do here as well is, I think we should store the model of Raspberry Pi, because it's possible we may need to do some things based on what model of Raspberry Pi we're running on. So let's just tuck that away and say that if that doesn't have Raspberry Pi in it, then let grab the iMod. Netcat. There we go. Somewhere else as well. I wonder which is most authoritative. That or there's somewhere else. It exists in sys somewhere, isn't it? Same thing. I don't know why it exists in places. I'm guessing this is going to be the right thing. So then we have that. So now what we can do is say what can we use as a happy thumbs up type thing? Plus. There we go. That should work. Let's put that over. We'll switch by way of chat, see what's going on in chat. So let's have a look. Oh my goodness. NetDiscover finds my Docker containers. Yeah, it would do. That's, I think the default would expose those as interfaces. Yeah, cooking for the family. Yeah. I think tomorrow we actually have to go shopping though. I think we've almost exhausted all the supplies. Yeah, spotted the typo. Thanks, Troy. Hello, Kai. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Mr. Pope. Right then. Oh, putting emoji. I see. Emoji in the status. That's an interesting idea, isn't it? That will do a separate topic. Separate topic, but I like that idea. I'm all for emoji and things. Right. Not everyone has Nerd Fonts installed, but they should. Maybe we should make that. Well, get involved in updating fonts. Right, so let's just go back here again and use the second keyboard. So let's just bomb out there regardless. Oh. Null by input. Bye. That's different. I've not encountered that before. I need to do that. So let's just command substitute. Well, that's a thinker. Not seen that before. Let's just output that line by itself. So that was proc. Nice. Ice tree. Silly boy. Okay. Let's just see if we... Is that null string? And I don't know how to handle that. Oh, goodness. Am I going to do that one? Oh, come on. One of you must be a... some... And it. Keyboard layout I know how to get around. Oh, here we go. Oh, someone's giving me some advice in the chat. Okay, let's just switch to the chat then. I'm gonna finish configuring my keyboard, and John has got some ideas in the chat about how to fix this null terminated string. So or unterminated string. So let's get a keyboard layout icon in place. Let's make that the default, and right, that's good. Okay, so I'm just going to switch back to the chat. So John says to use TR to insert the null on the end of the thing. So I'm going to just go over here, cut that out, and then we'll switch back to where we're doing coded. So John is suggesting, yeah. Wrong keyboard. Move that keyboard out the way again. Gosh, that's so annoying. Right, that's what John is suggesting we do. And we'll now SCP that. I like this idea, John. This is a nice solution, I think. Okay. Let's now just get rid of the stop the script there. Nice try. I see what you're up to there, though. Okay. We can. Oh, I'm moving those around on a. Right, let's go back to. Can't edit. You can't put that there, but. What does minus do? Let's just learn what that is. Let's do delete carrot. Oh, I see. So that may work. Let's just SSH into the box. Yeah. And then we can actually test this. So we can do that. That seems happy. Should try that. I'm 50% confident this is going to work. Hey, it works. There we go. There we go, John. Thank you. That was very helpful. So we've now got a means of capturing the Raspberry Pi model, which we may need. Yeah. So thank you. So I'll just go back to the chat here. Thanks for that, John. That was very helpful. Between us all, we found a solution to that one. So I'll get that bit included in the commit. So that out for me. Okay. So we'll push that up. Thank you for your help, everyone, on that. Jonathan, who provided that solution, is liking the fact that he's able to provide fixes without having to use Git directly. Right then. I think what we'll do is let's go in here. So I think I need to do these tick box things. They all need to be like this. So let's just there we go. So we have hopefully done that. Make sure it's Ubuntu on a Pi. Whoops. Done that. Make Network Manager the default backend. Prevent low power. Jeffrey added the PR that did all of this. Oh my gosh, we're finished. Except we're not. So I think the next thing we need to do is optimize the window manager. There we go. So if we just push that there and look at the project. There's another pull request, I don't believe it. There we go, look at that. Our tick boxes are working now, so that's good. Right then, let's see what this pull request is. I'm going to guess it's Diddle Dan. Attempt to add shell check. So what have we got here? Travis. This is a Travis. Oh, a shell check. Oh, using GitHub Actions, no less. Well, that looks very interesting. I tell you what, we'll save that one for later. Very interested in that. Right. I think at this point, I would like to say thank you all for stopping by and helping with that. I'm going to call it a day there. So please subscribe. More subscribers is good. You'll get notified of these live streams, especially if you ding that bell and set it to all. That'll tell you when they start. And follow me at m_wimpress on Twitter. I'm going to call it a day there. Thank you all very much for stopping by. And keep an eye out, because in a few hours I'm going to do another one of these. We'll look at Dan's shell check idea and maybe optimize the window manager and start to structure the code a bit more so it's a bit more extensible, because I'm making wild assumptions that Network Manager is being used by all of the flavors. Right, so with that, thank you all, and I'll hope to see you in the next one sometime soon. Bye for now.